Manga.
I had a fiancé named A. Our parents had greeted each other. We had gotten the wedding and wedding venue chosen out. It was all going smoothly. However, the day before the wedding, Aiko disappeared with my childhood friend, B. I found out then that I was being cheated on. Of course, my parents were panicked and they were furious. Her father was the mayor, so there were quite a few bigwigs invited to the wedding. Big bank execs, company CEOs, senators even. I was confused and lost when her father made an insane suggestion. "I'm sorry, Taneo. You need to marry Tanako." Tanako was Aiko's younger sister, and still in high school. Of course, Tanako said,
What? What the hell are you talking about? We can't do that. I feel so bad for Tano.
We can't be saying that. We can figure things out later. This just needs to work for now. Do you realize what this will look like on our family if this engagement is called off?
No, I don't want to.
Tanako kept saying that, but honestly, I didn't hear what everyone was talking about because I was still in shock from Aiko. However, I could tell that we couldn't cancel because of all the invitations that were sent out by the mayor. Tanako eventually caved.
After the wedding's done, my parents should figure everything out, so I'm so sorry for my sister.
She apologized, but I was shocked. However, we had the wedding, as we planned, except with Tanako as my bride. However, after the wedding, the parents didn't want to pay for damages, so...
Tanako, you marry this man.
It was insane.
You've gotta be kidding me. They would never be okay with it either.
Honestly, I couldn't think about anything at all because of the shock I was in. My parents also told people around them about my marriage as well, so it would be weird for the bride to just disappear suddenly. But Tanako is still in high school. There was no way I could accept. That's why I was going to turn her down. But Tanako said,
I can't leave you alone, Mr. Tanao. So is it alright if I just do things around the house to repay even a little bit for what my sister did?
I wasn't sure what to say. However, the adults around her were all delighted and said that the whole thing would be fine if I just made Tanako my real wife. They sent all her stuff to my house. I was just shocked by this series of events. I just decided to throw everything in the wind. She would clean my house and cook for me.
Mr. Tanao, dinner is ready. Come on.
I asked her while I ate the dinner that she cooked for me, "Are you okay with this? You're here just being my maid, basically."
I don't forgive my sister either. I don't want to leave you alone when my family is responsible for this.
Tanako is so different from Aiko, even though they're sisters. Before I knew it, thank you. I was grateful for her. While going to school, she would take care of my surroundings and cook for me. She was becoming an important part of my life. We started spending more time with each other.
Mr. Tanao, I borrowed a DVD. Let's watch it together.
Oh, this is that anime that makes you cry.
Yeah. Oh, you want some wine or something while you watch? I'll make some snacks real quick too. Hang on.
Looking at Tanako move so quickly, you and Aiko are siblings and yet you're so different, I asked her.
Yeah, I get that a lot. My sister is usually pretty flashy too. Me? I prefer to be relaxed.
But you clean things well and go to school and study. More than anything, your cooking is delicious.
Thank you. I've always liked cooking, so I've always practiced.
I was spending a lot of time with Tanako, and before I realized it, it was becoming more and more invaluable to spend more time with her. Then, one day, I brought home some sweets that Tanako said she liked when... "Hey, I'm home. Got you something. It's the strawberry shortcake from the store in front of the train station. You wanted it, right?" Wait, what? Tanako had packed her bags. What are you doing?
I'm leaving.
What? Why? I tried to tell her to stop and listen to what she said, and I was shocked. Apparently, Aiko had returned to the house.
This is seriously the worst. He was cheating on me. Sis? You broke your engagement and you're coming back here like nothing is wrong. What? Why wouldn't I? I came back to figure things out with Tunnel. He's my fiancé anyway. I actually heard that you were acting like some kind of maid for him, right? It's fine, I got it now. You can pack your things and leave. What? You hurt him that bad and that's what you're going to do?
Her parents, after hearing everything that was being said.
I mean, she's back now. It makes sense that she be his wife.
Were not exactly helpful. Eiko just said, "Told you," to her face, and looked like she had just won. Why the hell are you the one that's leaving?
That's because I'm home.
At that moment, Eiko came back into my room.
You haven't finished packing? Hurry up. Oh, hey Tunnel. Welcome home. I'm home now. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I just told her to pack her things and leave, so just hang on, okay? We're going to be together forever now.
To top things off,
Apparently, she fell for you. As if. She thought she would be a replacement for me. Poor girl.
I looked at Tanako and she was clearly crying, her face red.
No more replacement games. Get out of this room.
Eiko was mocking her. After hearing Eiko mock Tanako, I could hear something snap in my head.
See? You're pissing him off. Get out.
I'm telling you to get the hell out.
What? Oh, what are you talking about, Tanao? It's me. You loved me and tried to get married to me, not Tanako.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I didn't end up marrying a woman like you. It was the best thing you could do for me.
What? You're kidding, right? You were just using her as a replacement. I know how you really felt, sweetie.
I've never used Tanako as a replacement for you. She is nothing like you at all. She works hard at school and cooks and cleans more than anything. She sacrificed herself for me when I was in shambles because you ran off. I love Tanako. Tanako looked at me wide-eyed after hearing me talk.
What are you talking about? Why is Tanako more loved than me? This is insane.
Not at all. You're self-centered. Tanako is much more attractive. Eiko looked like she had just been hit by a cement truck. Come on, get out. I chased her out. When it was just Tanako and I said, I didn't want to tell you because it was such a weird move to marry you just because your sister left. And you're still in high school. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. I love you. Please marry me.
Of course. I love you too.
That's how we ended up getting married after the fake marriage. It worked out pretty much exactly how my in-laws wanted it to, but I did end up happier than before. By the way, Eiko was chased out for her selfish and reckless actions. She lost her house and money, so she lives in the streets now. I don't care though. I think she deserves everything that's coming to her for hurting people. My name is Taneo. I live with my wife and my first grade son. I'm home.
Welcome home, Dad. Let's play games today.
Sure, I'm not gonna take it easy on you.
I'm not gonna lose either.
Every day was nice, and I was happy. Everything was great with my wife, too.
Welcome home, sweetie. Want dinner? Or are you gonna shower first?
I sweat a lot, so I think I'm gonna run to the shower first.
Okay, I'll get dinner ready.
Thanks. She was seriously an angel. But then, one day when I came home... I'm home! Takashi, wanna play games today?
No, not today.
Normally, he'd be smiling and want to play, but today, he seemed a little upset. What's wrong? You seem upset. Are you feeling sick?
No, I'm gonna be in my room.
I was worried about my son, so I asked my wife, what happened to Takashi?
I don't know. You're probably thinking too much.
I don't think so. Have you seen his face? Maybe something happened in school. Did he not tell you anything?
He's fine. Just give him a few days.
But he didn't get better, and he continued looking upset. That weekend, my wife went out shopping, so I decided to talk to him. Hey, Takashi, is something bothering you? You can talk to me. He stared at me, but...
No, it's nothing.
You've been so out of it recently. Then my wife came home and butted in.
You're being so annoying. Takashi is saying everything is fine.
I know, but honestly, I didn't understand how she didn't care about our important son. Maybe it was puberty. I don't know. My son was still in the first grade. I could tell he was acting funny. I wanted to figure out what was going on. Then I saw a text message. It was from an old friend, Mr. C. You at your house? Can you come out to the cafe real quick? Now? I'm with my son. I want to be with him. Yeah, it's about your son. Please, just come to the cafe. Tanabata. The second he mentioned something about my son, I realized this might lead me to figuring out what was wrong with him. I'm gonna head out for a sec.
Okay, be careful.
I went to the cafe where Mr. C was. He looked off before I even showed up. Normally, he was such a bright and positive-looking guy, so seeing him like this made me uncomfortable. What's up, man? I could tell he was really unsure of what to say. Come on, man, don't tease me like that. Just tell me. Okay, I went to a convenience store a little while back. Uh-huh. Well, Takashi was caught shoplifting and on his knees begging her to let him go. What? To the employee? No, to your wife. What? You're kidding. No, I'm serious. I was super surprised too, but that wasn't why I was surprised. If anything, it was after that. The second they went outside, your wife started beating Takashi, saying that it's your fault we got caught. Do it better. She looked so kind normally, but she looked completely different than usual. I felt so bad for Takashi-kun. You're kidding. I watched the video that he had. It was all on video. Exactly as he described it. Why would she... Well, I've been seeing her going into the slot machines right in front of the station recently. Also, you know the loan shop there? Probus? She's been going there too. You know anything about it? No, I didn't. I sure you didn't want to hear about this. No, I'm glad you told me. Yeah, you take care of your son, huh? After I left the store, I still couldn't believe what I had heard. But the video was absolutely true, and it would explain both their behaviors. That weekend, I went fishing with Takashi. We like fishing, but my wife hated the smell of fish, so she didn't come. That's why I chose fishing. I bought bento for the two of us and decided to have lunch with Takashi first. Hey, Takashi, you got anything you want to tell me about?
No.
I see. Can I ask you something then?
Sure.
One of my friends said that he saw you apologizing to a store employee because you shoplifted. Mom told you to do that, right?
Huh?
He finally looked up at me.
How do you know? I didn't tell you.
Yeah, my friend saw the whole thing. Or Mom was mad at you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You don't need to be sorry. You didn't want to shoplift, right?
Yeah, but Mom would hit me if I didn't, and I just didn't know what to do. I'm sorry for being weak.
I hugged Takashi. A first grader knew better. He knew that he was doing something wrong, but he was forced. He must have been suffering the whole time. I started feeling rage build towards my wife. She made her own son shoplift while she borrows money to spend at the slots. I'm not letting this slide. I told him something after he calmed down. Hey, Takashi, Grandpa and Grandma said they wanted to live with you. Want to live with them? Away from Mom?
With them? Yes. I don't want to live with Mom and do bad things anymore. I don't like it when she hits me.
Okay then. Let's fish today. And take the fish to Grandpa.
Yeah, I'm gonna fish so much.
I gave our son to my parents' house and went back to the house as usual. The next morning, I pretended to go to work.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Do you have any plans today?
I'm gonna go have some tea with friends today.
Oh, okay. Have fun.
Thank you.
I headed to a certain place after talking to her. Around 9 a.m., I saw my wife coming to the slot machines.
All right, Which machine am I gonna take today? I gotta win back the amount I lost.
I see. How much did you lose?
Huh? Why are you here? What about work?
I took today off. I needed to talk to you.
What are you talking about? Today is the first time I've come to the slot machines.
I don't care. You've been addicted to gambling, so you've made a lot of loans. And now you've been forcing your son to shoplift so that you can spend that extra money on the slot machines, huh?
Why would I do such a thing?
I saw a video of the whole thing. My friend saw it in person.
Hey, I was just relaxing here. I'll stop, so don't worry about it.
Relax. You're completely addicted. Honestly, I don't care if you're addicted, though. We're getting a divorce.
A divorce?
Of course. You forced your own son to shoplift. I'm going to divorce you, and Takashi is going to live with my parents. They're all okay with it, too.
Hang on, what's gonna happen to me?
I'll call the police for starters. I'm going to report that you made our son shoplift, and so all of this shoplifting records were your fault. I'm not going to forgive you. I took a wild wife to the police. Of course, there were a lot of other incidents that I didn't know about. She was arrested, and we got a divorce. After my wife was arrested, I gathered my things and left the house. My wife was behind bars, and she wouldn't have a place to call home after she got out. She had quite a bit of debt too, so she'll probably be homeless in the future. Not my problem, though.
It had been 6 months since we bought our dream home and moved to this city. Nanae, a mom friend of mine, asked to borrow my bike for a day, so I decided to lend it to her. We live in a residential area with many hills, and my husband commuted to work by a car. As a housewife, I only travel to nearby supermarkets and pick up the children from kindergarten, so I bought an electric bicycle. My child entered kindergarten halfway through the school year, so the mothers in my child's group were already close enough to get together privately for lunch meetings and stuff. I was shy to begin with, so it was harder for me to be a part of the circle, and I became a loner. Then one day, Nanae approached me. Nanae was very friendly and kind to a loner mom like me, and I was so happy that I had made a good friend. I was thinking of getting an electric bike too, so I was wondering if you would let me ride your bike for a day. I'll thank you in return. No need to thank me. I agreed to Nanae's request because she was the one who asked me. My husband is here on the weekdays, so I wouldn't use it. I was going to lend her the bike Saturday morning and have it back by Sunday. And on Sunday, the day she was supposed to return it, I'm sorry, the bike I borrowed was stolen. What? Where? And why? Calm down and listen. I went shopping with that bike at a supermarket on 2nd Street, but I didn't lock it because I had to get some milk. And then when I came out of the store, the bike was already gone. You didn't lock it? I just had to go to the store for 5 minutes. Do you lock it just for that? I mean, aren't you surprised that someone would steal it in such a short time? There are all kinds of people out there. The bike is a year old, but I need it because I use it to take my kids to and from kindergarten. I need it for Monday. Of course, I'll pay for it. How much was it? I was relieved when she said so, and brought the receipt I had kept with the warranty and showed it to her. The child seat and basket were sold separately, so the total with the bike itself was 150,000 yen. 150,000 yen? I bought something a little more expensive because I knew I'd be riding it for a long time. I see. I thought it was a stylish bike, so it's fine if I pay 30% of it, right? What? 30% is not enough to buy the same bike. And isn't it wrong for you to say that since you lost it in the first place? Oh my! You're in a theft insurance policy, aren't you? I know you can get a new bike with a 70% discount, and yet you want me to pay full price? What are you going to do with the difference? I have to buy it right away because I need it by Monday, so I'll get the full amount first and pay the difference later. Isn't that too much? I didn't do it on purpose either, and telling me to pay 150,000 yen on such short notice is impossible. And there's no guarantee that you'll actually pay back the difference. You think that about me and still borrowed the bike? The matter was not settled at that time. And then my husband, who had gone out during the day on an errand, came home and I told him everything that had happened. That's what happened!
If that's the case, I have a better idea.
The next day, Nanae came with an envelope. Here, 45,000 yen. 30% of the 150,000 yen. You still went ahead and decided the amount on your own. Oh, about that. What? Do you have a problem? After that, I looked into the theft warranty in more detail, but the warranty only covers the bike itself, and it covers only 30% of the manufacturer's suggested retail price, excluding tax. The bike itself is 150,000 yen, but the child seat, which was 10,000 yen, and the basket that was attached to that bicycle, which was 6,000 yen, aren't covered by the warranty. So, 30% of the suggested retail price plus consumption tax, child seat, basket fee, and assembly fee for the newly purchased one. If you add everything up, the total amount you have to pay for the bicycle is 80,000 yen. What? 80,000 yen? That's enough to buy a new electric bicycle. That's right. But you said you'd pay for it, right? I did, but... Also, I did some more research and found out that I have to return 3 keys that came with the bike when I bought it in order to get compensation for the theft. I have 2, but do you have the other one? Oh, you said it was stolen because it was unlocked, so you wouldn't. Well, if that's the case, I'm not covered by the warranty. So, you're going to have to pay the full amount. I would have kept the keys if I knew that. It's your fault for not telling me. Well, we'll talk about that later. I'm going with my husband to report the theft, and I was wondering if you could come with us to the police station. What? It seems that the person who has the most detailed information about the theft needs to file the report. They ask for the date, time, place, and details of the theft. By the way, I heard that bicycle theft is punishable by a criminal record, even if it's your first offense. You and I are having such a bad experience. We have to get the police to catch them. As I tell her that, Nanae's face turned pale, and she suddenly became frightened. About the theft report, can you wait for another hour or so? I just remembered something I have to do. After waiting for an hour, Nanae came riding my bike, which was supposed to be stolen. Wait, what's going on? I looked again where I parked and it was there. Maybe the person who stole it gave it back. Oh, and here's an apology for the trouble. Well then. Nanae said that and tried to go home after leaving the bike.
Oh, thank goodness. Now we can find the culprit. I'll let you know if they catch them.
What? The culprit?
Yes, if we find the bike, I have a friend who is a police officer, so I was thinking of having him run it for fingerprints. It seems like a familiar MO, so it could be a habitual offender. The acquaintance said if they can get fingerprints, they'll find them right away.
What? My husband says so, but to tell the truth, there is such no acquaintance. Actually, my husband knew the whereabouts of my bike.
I saw your bicycle at the parking lot of Nanae-san's apartment just now. There was a frog figure on the basket. I'm sure it's ours.
Are you serious?
We can't have it stolen again. So let's catch the culprit and have them brought to justice.
We were trying to teach them a lesson. That's why we put on this act. Yeah, right. We've got to get them. Right, Nanae? Then, that night, Nanae and her husband came over and...
We came to apologize.
I looked at Nanae's eyes carefully and saw that they were bright red. Apparently, she had been crying ever since parting with us. Her husband said that Nanae buys a new bike at a discount with insurance, then brings out the stolen bike and... I found it. I paid for it, so it's mine. But I paid for it, so give me the new one. I got a new one for cheap. The story goes that she was planning to do this.
I am so sorry for what my wife has done. We will pay you alimony, so please don't tell the police. We beg you.
Nanay's husband got down on his knees and Nanay broke down crying and got down on her knees as well. I'm sorry. I was so jealous of your wonderful bike. I am so sorry. I wasn't going to file a police report because there was no real damage and they apologized properly, but I've learned that I don't like having someone get down on their knees on the doorstep. I accept your apology, so please, stand up. I thought they were stingy and also just plain crazy. In the end, I didn't accept any alimony and warned her husband to make sure Nanay never does this again. After that, Nanay and her husband moved to a town a little further away, as if they were no longer comfortable in this town.
My name is Yuki. I was recently married. I loved my sister-in-law, Rikako. She was perfect. She could do everything. I honestly admired her. She lived with my mother-in-law, but she always hates on Rikako. According to my husband, my mother-in-law loves my brother-in-law the most, and when she's upset about the fact that Miss Rikako took him from her. After getting married and visiting their house for the first time, she was terrible towards Rikako, complaining about everything and not moving at all herself. I felt bad for Rikako. I saw that and decided to help as much as I could, and ever since, I get along with Rikako. One day, I had something to do with Rikako, so I showed up at their house. The living room was like a sauna, and Rikako came out looking sick. When I asked what was going on, my mother-in-law said, "The AC costs money, so we're not going to use it," and proceeded to hide the AC remote. I wanted to talk to the mother-in-law and warn her about heat stroke, and when I realized that she was in her own room where the AC was on full blast. "What the hell are you doing here?" "Hey, why can't she use the AC? Not using the AC on a hot day like this will make her have a heat stroke. You know that." "AC? Ugh, just turn it on." She pretended to act like she had no clue what I was talking about. I started explaining more about the fears of heat stroke. I warned her that she shouldn't do this and to be careful going forward. This was apparently not a good idea and she started saying nagging at me. "I'm sorry, Miss Yuki. I got you into this mess." "It's okay. I did not want to say anything to you in that situation. Besides, I'm pretty resilient, so I'm not going to lose." Or so I said, but I was pretty tired of her incessant nagging every day. "You can't do that either." I started talking to my husband to see if he had any advice. He said that his company was busy right now, so I could go help him there. At first, I was nervous, but I started working. I started having fun and also was able to get away from my mother-in-law's nagging. A few days later, I started getting calls from Rikako that surprised me. "Yuki, I'm sorry, but can you come by the hospital with a change of clothes for me?" Apparently, my mother-in-law did not appreciate that her nagging didn't really work with me. She turned around and started getting mad at Miss Rikako. "I really hate that Yuki girl, huh? You're just as annoying as her. You're married in and you can't make a single dish correctly. How did you even decide that you'd be okay to come get married?" I've got it. I'll teach you how to cook today. You still have some leftover ingredients from that tempura, right? We're training now. I've put on my apron. She started getting ingredients ready to make more tempura. "You start off with the tempura way too low. That's why it's so melty. Are you measuring the temperature?" I was watching TV the other day, and apparently the pros measure it using their fingers. Come on, you do the same. Come on, hurry. Wait, hang on. Stop! They struggled a little bit there, and the hot oil flipped over and splashed her on the chest. She was burned. Rikako was also pregnant, but because she tripped, she lost the baby. "Oh, This happened because I ran away from our mother-in-law. Yuki, it's not your fault. Please bring the change of clothes tomorrow. I want to talk to you about something. The next day, I headed to the hospital. Yuki, thank you for coming. So, about what I wanted help with. It's almost her birthday, you know. I was told to make a birthday cake for her. So I wanted to ask. I listened and was surprised but decided to agree on what she was asking for as a way to take revenge on my mother-in-law. There were a bunch of her friends at that party that day.
How could you go to the hospital over some burns? What a useless wife. My wife is always asleep because she feels sick. Seriously, she doesn't even do anything. Useless. You should chase her out then.
She started eating ordered sushi and all that was left was the cake.
Rikako, bring the cake. Hurry up.
Yes, ma'am. I'll get it ready. Here you are.
Cut it already.
She ignored her nagging and quietly cut the cake down for her.
All right, everyone. Let's enjoy the cake.
Thank you.
What is this?
The cake tastes terrible, doesn't it? Ever wonder what deadly poison tastes like?
You realize what you've done.
You have high blood pressure, right? The poison will circulate sooner for you then.
Oh no.
Yuki works at a pharmaceutical company, so she knows what she's talking about. Here is your antidote. Then Rikako pulled out her phone. If you explain everything you've done to me to everyone, I will give you the antidote right away. The person she wanted the mom to reach out to was my brother-in-law, her husband, that was away for business. Miss Rikako had talked to her husband time and time again about all the terrible things she did, and he had kept telling his mom to stop and cut it out, but she never took him seriously.
Tadashi, dear, help me. I was poisoned by Rikako.
Mom, Rikako told you, right? If you explain everything, she'll give you the antidote.
My mother-in-law stayed quiet, and her friends kept begging for help. From the amount of poison, you've got about 30 minutes before you die. You better speak up.
Oh, okay. I'll explain everything. I told Rikako about how to do chores.
You told her how to do chores? You mean how you forced her to live without AC in the middle of summer? Or how you poured hot oil on her? That's all showing her? Yuki, let's toss the antidote.
Wait, hang on. I did it on purpose to chase you out because you stole my baby from me. But you wouldn't leave, so I got mad.
Okay, I'll leave. Your husband already passed away, and Tadashi is overseas, so I lived with you because I thought you'd be lonely. I was an idiot. Goodbye.
Wait! Leave the antidote!
By the way, there's no poison in that cake. Don't worry. It's just some bitter flavoring. You idiots. They were all stunned as we left the house. Afterwards, my brother-in-law came back home and cried, apologizing to Rikako. Rikako decided to stay married after thinking long and hard about it. And there were conditions. There are 3 conditions. 1, we never see your mom again. 2, she pays me all money in damages and treatment fees.
Okay, understood.
And 3, we don't tell her our new address after we move. Afterwards, Rikako started living with her husband again, and she was able to get pregnant once again. She seemed happy. My mother-in-law was obviously furious about the fact that even after paying for everything, she couldn't see her little boy. After that, all of her friends also abandoned her, and she apparently got old very quick. I also moved with my husband. We had been avoiding dealing with her entirely, but she suddenly called us out of the blue one day. Apparently, she caught a cold and was unable to move. She had some lasting effects from that, but everyone was so withdrawn from her that she had to live in a terrible facility where the service was horrible. After that, she stopped having any interaction with anyone, so she started developing dementia. She now walks around in circles around the facility, quietly, mumbling her son's name. I'm a 24-year-old employee, going on my second year at this company. I've never had a boyfriend in my life. I met my boyfriend Takashi through a mutual friend. He looks good enough to be on TV. But he never bragged about it and was incredibly kind to me, although I was very inexperienced. I was invited out to dinner and eventually he asked me out. I was so happy to be able to date someone like this. However, as soon as we started dating, he had to move departments. We continued dating long distance for 4 years. Afterwards, I moved away from my hometown near him and found a job there. We started living together. Honestly, it was pretty nervous to move to a place where I didn't know anyone at all. I was pretty lonely too. After living with him for 2 years, Takashi gave me an engagement ring. It was a ring that I had always wanted, and I really felt like I was the happiest I'd ever been. About 2 years and a half of living together. Takashi, where did you put the wedding pamphlets?
Huh? Oh, I might have left it in the car.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go check on something, so can you give me the car keys real quick?
What? Does it have to be now?
Takashi has an online game that he's obsessed with for a while. He hasn't let go of it. My mom just reached out to me to ask me which wedding venue I was interested in.
Okay, the key is at the entrance, so go take it.
I found the pamphlet, and just as I was going to go back, I saw his business bag in the back. Maybe it was just a hunch. I felt like I shouldn't look, but I couldn't resist. There was a small album with a cute character on it. It had nothing to do with Takashi or his hobbies, and it wasn't even his handwriting. It said, Takashi and Mommy's Lovey-Dovey album. Looking inside, I noticed that there was a cute woman. Henceforth, Mommy, and Takashi smiling and having fun. The album started about a year ago and I brought the file and album back to the house, holding back my nausea and short breath. I hid the album in a shelf at the entrance where he almost never looked. I was a little awkward, but he didn't care at all. I was so confused by who Mommy was, and how I wanted to take revenge on Takashi for betraying me. I couldn't sleep at all that night. The next day, I immediately went to a PI. Takashi had said that he was going back to his parents' house on the next 3-day weekend, but I knew he would be seeing Mommy. I couldn't hold anything down until the 3-day weekend and I had almost lost 2 kilograms by then. But Takashi never noticed or seemed to care about any of that. If anything, he seemed excited about the 3-day weekend coming up. I was sure that he was going to see her. The first day of the weekend, he left the house with a huge smile on his face. I knew that I had to make him experience hell. A little after the 3-day weekend was over, I went to the PI's office to pick up anything he found. I was handed some documents and a video.
Yes, they went into a hotel. They didn't leave that day. They stayed overnight.
The PI explained everything to me. There were photos of Takashi and Mommy holding hands and going into a hotel, feeding each other ice cream. I was a little nervous, but they seemed to be having so much fun. I was honestly just able to separate myself from him after this emotionally. I invited Takashi's parents to my house and had a video presentation the night I received the documents. I had met his parents a couple times before, so they didn't think anything about it, and neither did Takashi. I made things that they would like, and it was just going smoothly as usual. He was having an affair on me just a little while back, and he's sitting there pretending that nothing is wrong. I am absolutely shocked. After dinner was over, it was time for me to show the video off. His parents tried to help me put the dishes away, but go on, relax, and enjoy the video. I made them sit. At first, Takashi was especially confused by what was being played on the TV. As everyone started figuring out what was going on, Takashi's mother grew paler, and Takashi's father became more red. It was actually kind of funny to see the two.
Who the hell is this girl?
Takashi's father grabbed him by the collar and began yelling at him. His mother was on the ground, sobbing. Takashi quickly explained that the girl on the TV, Mommy, was someone that he met at one of his clients' offices. I knew because the PI had told me. I calmed the father down and told Takashi that I wanted to talk to Mommy alone. He told me Mommy's number without hesitation. Once again, thinking about it now, he probably was trying to use Mommy as a decoy to shift the blame. I told them that I would decide what I wanted to do with Takashi after I spoke to Mommy and had them take Takashi away from the house. Calling Mommy's number, she was shocked. She hadn't known that Takashi was engaged. She said that she wanted to hear what was going on, so we both agreed to share our stories at a restaurant one day over lunch. At first, I was a little worried that she might get mad with me, but meeting her, she was incredibly beautiful, with emphasis on the incredibly. To add to that, she had a great personality and seemed to be a decent human being, so I could kind of tell how we would fall for her. Mommy really didn't know about me and kept begging for my forgiveness that she was wrecking my marriage, even though it wasn't her fault. If anything, Mommy was in the same situation as me, and Takashi was fooling her too. But she kept apologizing and making this nice girl beg. I was pissed off once again at Takashi. Mommy said that she wanted to call Takashi and to talk with the three of us, so I decided to call Takashi since I agreed. He showed up and immediately
Sorry, I'm dating Mamie.
showed no remorse. Mommy and I were completely at a loss. Am I correct in my interpretation that you're saying since you're dating Mommy you would like to break off the engagement? I suddenly caught myself being terribly formal towards Takashi.
Yeah, my main chick is Mamie, so we're not getting married. I'm thinking about marrying her.
Mommy, hearing those words, looked at him as if she saw a smelly pile of feces in a hot summer sun and let out a single phrase. Ugh! You're such a shithead! Takashi was confused as to why he was just called a shithead by the woman he had just chosen. He was clearly panicking.
Uh-huh?
Mommy ignored him and said to me, "Let's go, Miss Watashi. Leave this trash to rot alone." Takashi was just sitting there, like a deer in headlights. Mommy didn't stop apologizing the whole day. I understand if you don't want anything to do with me from this point on, but I would love to be able to repay you for what I've done. So she suggested that we trade contact info. I didn't really have a reason to tell her no, so I agreed. According to Mommy, Takashi came over to her house at night, crying and begging. Mommy started saying that she wanted to pay me in damages, but I just couldn't bring myself to think that she was just a bad person. Not to mention, I couldn't even bring myself to hate her, so I said it wasn't necessary. In return, I wanted her to help me with all the evidence for Takashi to pay on her part. Takashi was dumped by Mommy and I had sued him for a large amount of money. Of course, I won. Also, apparently, he told Mommy that he took PTO and had also taken off work to go on dates with her. After sending proof of the whole ordeal to his company, he was fired. Takashi's parents came over to my house another day and begged me for forgiveness. They said that they would be cutting all ties with Takashi. And I was a little surprised by Takashi, who showed up at my house after being dumped by his parents and Mommy.
It's me. Let's try again. You're the only person that understands me.
I called the police the second he started bawling in front of my house. Mommy said that she would never show up in front of me again and that she would be quitting her job to relocate, but I stopped her. We are actually pretty good friends now. After finding out about Takashi's affair, I took a deep wound after our engagement was called off, but at least it was Mommy. That's the silver lining. If it wasn't Mommy, it probably wouldn't have been this easy and I probably would have been just dumped and hurt. I still don't forgive him, but I hope that both of us can find men that will make us happy. My name is Momoko Sasaki. I had been dating Tomoki from college and we got married the spring of last year.
After getting married, we had lived in his apartment for a while, but thinking about the future, we considered moving out. Hey Tomoki, your mom left me a message today. She says she's got something she wants to talk to you about. So, you should call her back. What do you think it's about?
I don't know. It's pretty rare. I'm really not good at dealing with that woman.
Tomoki's mother had passed away when he was young, so my mother-in-law is his stepmother. She'd always spoil her blood-related son, Koichi, so Tomoki and her never saw eye to eye.
Welcome home, my son. You must be so tired.
She's obviously not very kind to me either, so I did not like her as well.
Oh, hey Mom. I heard you called. What'd you want?
Actually, Tomoki, you know your grandfather's house? That really big house in the suburbs with a big yard. I'm going to be giving that house to you guys.
What?
You shouldn't be living in the tiny little place. Move to a bigger house already. That's why I reached out. You're going to have kids, right?
She was an only child and inherited her parents' savings. Within that inheritance was an old house. She was saying that she would give it to us. She had always not been interested in Tomoki, so we were both confused. However, we were both just talking about moving to a bigger house. We had decided to at least check out the house once and headed out the next weekend to take a look. We showed up to the house, excitement in our eyes.
What? This is it? No way!
It must have been left alone without being taken care of for several decades. It was like a haunted mansion. It almost looked like it was going to collapse and the trees had overgrown. It was definitely not somewhere people would live.
I thought it was weird that she wanted to give this place away. Now it makes sense.
This was just his mom annoying him again.
I'm not going to be able to live in this trashed house. Sorry.
He called her to let her know and... You can't just say no now. I said that I would give it to you instead of Koichi, so you fix it up. She threw a fit. I see that she doesn't want to take care of it herself, so she pushed the responsibility onto us. As we entered the trashed house, the rooms were all covered in dust and grime. Rainwater had seeped through, and some parts were rotten.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Tomoki sighed, seeing as the house itself was extremely fragile. If we were to just remodel the house from the inside and out, it would be a great place to live.
Hey Tomoki, let's try opening the shutters. The yard is wide, so I'm sure it'll feel good to let the wind in. After we opened the shutters, there was a lot of sunshine and wind blowing through the house.
Wow, I want to live here.
What? Really?
Yeah, look at the structure. It's solid. If we just fix everything up and buy furniture, it would be great. The yard is wide too. I think it'll be a great house. Let's just try remodeling it, okay?
But that's gonna cost a lot of money.
Ha! I'm a great DIY expert. Leave it to me. So we started fixing up the house on the weekends. We opened up all the windows and cleaned up all the dust. We also tore up some of the flooring that was old and frail. We bought some tatami from a nearby store and had some professionals install it. We also replaced all of the rotten ones with a brand new fresh tatami. The parts that we didn't know, we looked up on the internet and asked some of our friends who happened to be contractors. We worked hard on remodeling the house. The house was a brand new place. It almost didn't look like as before. Of course, it wasn't like a professional remodeling, but I was pretty impressed that a couple of amateurs could do this. Not to mention that the house was literally done over on our own. It was full of love, more so than some random apartment.
It's finally done. Now we just need to move and start our new life.
This is so nice.
This is the product of all our blood, sweat, and tears. It's our home.
Right then.
Wow, you guys have really fixed this place up, huh?
What are you doing here? She must have figured out that we were almost done remodeling the house. She just showed up out of the blue. She came in without saying anything and walked around before saying something I still can't believe. This is such a nice house. It's wide, the sun comes in easily, and it's got a yard. Grandpa really left me a great house. I've decided. I'm giving this to Koichi and I'm going to live here with him. What?
You hang on a second. We worked all day and night to fix this place up. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean? This is my house. I own it. Do you understand? I'm free to do whatever I want with it.
Shove it! You think that kind of crap is gonna fly?
How dare you speak to your mother like that? I'm the one that owns this house. Do you understand? This house is mine. I've lent this to you for 2 months now. I can sue you for rent. We were just stunned. We continued to argue, but she just kept saying that she owned the rights to the house. I just couldn't stop crying over this whole debacle. She doesn't care at all. I'm moving in here by next month, so get the hell out. Okay? Thanks. She was clearly enjoying this and went home. We looked over once again at the house that we had worked so hard to flip, and we couldn't just let this go. That's when we decided that we were going to take our revenge on her. A month later. Hey! What is this? What's going on? She called Tomoki, furious.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What the hell did you guys do? There's no way I would live in a house like this.
You said it was your house, so we just returned it in its original condition.
What do you mean, original condition? How are you supposed to live in a house with no floors? I've already terminated my lease.
I don't know. How about you work hard and flip it like we did? It's still a great house.
How dare you do this? I'm going to sue you!
Yeah, go ahead. We've already talked to a lawyer. If anything, we returned it in a better condition than it was, so you should be paying us.
I've raised you as my son for so long, and you're going to repay me like this?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say that anyway. Bye.
How dare you! She was still screaming when he hung up. We had actually purchased a relatively cheap house and immediately started flipping it. Right before she moved in, we ripped out all of the new material and used it in our new house. In return, we used the old material from our new house in her new house. We had already experienced this whole process before, so we were able to finish everything pretty quickly. We have our new own house now. From what I've heard, she tried her best to fix up the house like we did. However, she spent way too much money, so she has a house but struggles with money. She's also been having a lot of natural disasters go her way, so her house was getting torn up. She no longer had any money to fix anything. However, the house was immediately covered in mold and she lives in a moldy house now. Serves her right.
When I was in middle school, there was a girl who was a year older than me who was in my friend's class. She had a development disorder and was very calm and slow at moving classes. And at school, she was raped and bullied by a man. She had an abortion, and there were rumors that she had been held back a year as a result. She actually had a pretty weak body, and by the time she started middle school, she had to take off time to recover. Then, the main bully of the bully group started saying things about who the person was that got her pregnant. He would say that it must have been her father, just for fun. Miss Nanako was a year older than everyone else and was pretty mature. No matter what they said, she just ignored them. But then the main bully.
The fact you don't say anything back must mean it's true, huh?
Started saying that it must be true and spreading rumors. Because of that, the rumor spread quickly, and everyone thought it was disgusting. It only escalated from there. People would put trash and hair in her bento. People would draw using permanent markers on her desk and write lewd things in her textbooks. In her indoor shoes, there were dead bugs and thumbtacks. She was terrified and crying alone. But there was a man named Taneo who would save her. He of course helped her out at school too, but even during field trips and school trips, he made sure that she wouldn't be bullied. If Nanako had hair in her food, he would give her his food. If there was writing on her desk, he would clean it. He would also share his textbooks. He put her indoor shoes in his shoebox and put his own shoes in her shoebox. The teachers knew about that, and they intentionally placed him in the same class for all of high school. During middle school, Taneo was a small kid with glasses, so he wasn't exactly a hit with girls. But he was top of the class in academics and even became student president and councilman. The teachers liked him too, so he wasn't openly bullied, but the main bullies didn't like the perfect Taneo. They started messing with him in dirty ways too. During class, the main bully would do small attacks against him without making any sounds. The girls would laugh about it when they were in on it. During breaks, he would get peed on from behind and,
Oh, sorry.
thought you were a urinal. Be told mean things. One day, he was carrying the homework back from the teacher's office to class, and he was shoved down some stairs. Luckily, he wasn't injured, and he didn't say anything to the teacher, so he was just kept quiet. I ran up to Taneo and talked to him. He stood up immediately. I'm fine, it's no biggie. He dusted off his knees and acted like nothing had happened. I remember the hate-filled eyes in that moment. Later on, he was accepted to the high school of his choosing, and he would often visit Nanako in her family-run hospital. But Taneo went to a college in Tokyo, and he could only visit her once or twice a year. When we had our ceremony welcoming new adults, Taneo and Nanako weren't around. I thought that the two must not be that serious anymore. And then, everyone cared.
What if Tano and Nanako wants to take revenge on us?
About themselves. Everyone was grown up, and some of us were even married with kids. That starts to make you think about everything you've done. When everyone was about 27, went to a class reunion, and people found out that Taneo would be attending the class reunion.
What should we do? We should apologize, right?
Is what everyone thought. But the main bully works in construction, single.
We have no reason to apologize. It's so long ago.
He was running around telling people that, and everyone agreed. But society is cruel, and between an elite worker that went to Tokyo and a construction worker who works in the middle of nowhere, everyone chose Taneo. Taneo went to a very famous college, in addition to his high school, and when he came to the class reunion, he was making the most money. He wore a nice suit, and the Taneo that was short and wore glasses was no more. He wore contacts, and was well over 1.8 meters tall. He was so different from how he was before that at first, people really had no idea who he was. But people had heard that he was rich. So now some of the girls who helped bully him started changing their tune.
Hey, Tano, what do you do now? How much do you make? I heard you make boatloads. Are you going to get married? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you going to get married?
They would surround him, excited to talk to him. I work as a surgeon, but it's not that big of a deal. I don't have a girlfriend and I'm not going to get married yet, he replied. Right around surgeon. Girls together. Wow, that's crazy. They screamed together in unison, and even other girls in the background started chiming in to talk to him. They were all trying to get in on his good side. After, some of the bullies, including the main culprit, worked construction and worked up a sweat. They wanted to try and find a girl to marry, so they took quick showers and wore suits, but Taneo came as soon as he finished work. But he still didn't stink or anything, and all the girls were talking to him. The main culprit was furious, and so Taneo was beat to a pulp. He was fine apparently, but not one person could get in touch with Taneo after that. A few years later, the main bully fell from his footing, down about 6 meters. He fell from his head, so he was unconscious for a while, but woke up a few days later. When he woke up, he saw Taneo in his doctor uniform. "Been a minute," he said, emotionless. The main bully was taken to the hospital, where Taneo worked at Nanako's family-run hospital. It was one of the largest hospitals in the area. Taneo went to college in Tokyo and worked there for a few years before he moved back here and worked under Nanako's father. Nanako is married to Taneo and they live happily together. Nanako was always a little frail, and she developed a disease as soon as she graduated middle school. She couldn't really go to high school, and when Taneo graduated college, she was told that this would be her final visit to the hospital. The reason she developed the disease to begin with was because she was stressed from being bullied. Taneo decided his second year of high school that he would become a doctor. At the same time, he made sure that he would take his revenge on the bullies. Taneo became a medical student, and Nanako still got sick occasionally. Every time she got sick, he would go visit Nanako and spend time with her. Taneo worked harder than the average person to become the top of the class and become a doctor. After he worked hard learning the ropes as a doctor in Tokyo, he became a surgeon. Afterwards, he married Nanako and decided to take over the hospital. Nanako has recovered quite a bit, and they spend their days loving life. The main bully didn't die, but he was told that he would end up in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And then Taneo said, "This is what's called karma," to me. "You did something?" I joked with him. "Me? I would never." He chuckled, but his eyes weren't laughing.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. What did you think of today's episode? Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on today's story. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe.